start recording here. All right, so I just recently learned, I haven't really kept up with the new sets and stuff like that, but I recently learned earlier today that Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, is in the new set. It's in Crimson Vow. I was kind of shook by this. I won't lie to you. Um, it was just kind of crazy to me. Like I was just kind of surprised to see that Thalia was in the set. So I'm pretty excited to play Thalia. This is a 5-0 list that I tweaked a little bit. There was a 5-0 list from today. It was playing 4 Mutavaults as lands 21 and 22, and it was only playing 3 Giant Killers and 3 Thalias. So that is where part of the change came in. So I'm pretty excited to cut it. I've cut it down to 20 lands. Cave of the Frost Dragon probably won't be as good on 20 lands, but I'm still pretty excited to try it. It looks pretty sweet. A couple of cards, a couple of things that I'm normally not used to that are in the deck here. We're playing main deck Paladin class. I understand why it's an Anthem effect that also makes counterspells cost more, so it's pretty interesting. We are playing main deck Rally the Ranks, which is really sweet because it can be replayed off of Luris if we need it to be. And Fateful Absence is a really good removal spell. Night of the White Orchid is really good on the draw. So I don't know. There's a lot of Portable Hole's a really good removal spell. Like it's really kind of diverse. There's a lot of really good action here. The sideboard, I did not change the sideboard at all. It's 2s across the board: 2 Curse of Silence, 2 Portable Hole, 2 Apostle the Purifying Light, 2 Cathar Commando, 2 Rest in Peace, 2 Selfless Spirit, and 2 Sunset Revelry. So yeah, we're just gonna jump in and see what happens here. I don't know what. Oh yeah, after my 1-4 league last night. Sorry for the paragraph, lol. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Jacob? I'm not sure what you mean, buddy. That's the first message I've seen from you. Or did you text me or something? Pretty excited to try this list and see what it looks like. 22 lands seems like a lot, and it felt pretty counterproductive to play 4 Mutavaults and only 14 planes, because there's a lot of white spells in the deck, so a lot of active white mana that I didn't want to have to be playing around. So, all right, we've got a match here. What deck are you playing tonight? I'm playing Mono White Humans in Pioneer. I'm pretty excited about it, honestly, man. They came out with a new card recently. It's called Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. Well, it's been around, but they put it in Standard, so I'm pretty excited to play it in Pioneer and see what it looks like. Well, this is definitely a hand to see what it's like. I don't think we can keep this. We just have too many lands. Like if we had a 1-drop, or honestly even another 2-drop, I'd probably keep this. I am on the draw. I don't want to put Mutavault back because it is a utility land, but Night of the White Orchid is really good on the draw. Putting a Plains back feels counterintuitive. You know what? I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going to put a Plains back and hope it pans out. There, I sent it again. Are you texting me, Jacob? Nothing's coming through the chat, buddy. Like I'm not getting these like super long paragraphs to the chat. Our opponent is also playing Mono White Humans, it appears. He's playing Kytheon, which is a pretty sweet card. This kind of feels like the Spider-Man meme where they're pointing at each other right now. Well, Thalia probably won't be doing much here. And you can just answer here? Okay, that works, man. Play Thalia, say go. And then next turn, if our opponent plays a land, we can kind of ramp into Knight of the White Orchid with some value here. What is it? Kytheon gains indestructible till end of turn? Yeah, that's what I thought it said. Well, let's see here. All right, sorry, Jacob. I'm reading your message right now, buddy. You have no maximum hand size, but it's removed, whether it's returned to hand, graveyard, or library. So to answer your question, you're allowed to have more than 7 cards in your hand through your turn. It's at the end of the turn. Like them saying that about at the end of the turn was actually right. Because if you have them at the end of the turn, that's what you're looking for. Because the game doesn't really check for registration until the end of the turn. So that's where that comes from. All right. Hey, I actually recognize the card you just played. Knight of the White Orchid? Dude, that's one of my favorite cards. I mean, I really like this card. I played it a lot when it was in Standard. I feel like my opponent thinks he's going to have the ability to... Yeah, I hit them with a kill spell, so they bounced it back to their hand, which I was like, bet, get rid of 14 cards, and that's on my end step, and I was like, I don't know about that. Yeah, it's one of those weird rules interactions. Like, it's just one of those weird things that, like, I've just kind of learned from playing Magic a lot. Like, there's not really a not really like a like not something everybody should know kind of thing. All right, this is where you get to decide what you're doing, boss. All right, tap down their Kytheon. Yep. We're gonna start pumping up our Thalia's Lieutenant here. Okay. Oh my God, they're playing Heron's Grace of Champion or whatever. No, they're not. Oh, they might be. They probably should be. Honestly. But I'm not gonna complain there. All right, that was. Well, that's a fart. Rip thin lol. That's a fart. I don't know that I've ever actually. Oh, that's a fat rip. Oh lol, I'm retarded. I'm reading that wrong. Sorry, Jacob. All right, so let's see here. We want all the removal we can have. Selfless Spirit is a flying attacker that also allows us to make combat awkward. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Sunset Revelry. Wow, that's actually pretty sweet in the mirror. It has first strike, but it's not great in this spot, so I kind of want to get rid of it. I didn't even. That's an interesting sticker. And haven't fall at all. Come to your house and turn all your clothes inside out and put your. What? Jacob, I appreciate the support, man. Okay, they're not going to be casting spells on my turn. So I think we can get rid of that. Giant Killer seems okay. Like, it seems good to tap down creatures with. I think we want to have one Thalian. Plus, we're on the draw here, so we want Knight of the White Orchid. Yeah, we'll try it like this. Quite the threat. Fart rip. Yeah, listen, man, I read it wrong. But I agree, Ben, that is quite the threat. And of course, we have our one Thalia in our hand. Man. Alright, so this is one of those hands that we can, like, keep and, like, really hope we kill into a land. Because if we hit a second land, we have 2 draw steps. It's not a threat, it's a... Oh, God. If we get into a land here, we're rolling. Like... I'm willing to just trade 1 for 1 for a while. Like, if he attacks here, I'm willing to block. Might be greedy or wrong of me to be okay with that, but it is just kind of where I'm at. Alright, so my man thought he should keep Thalia in. Interesting. Wonder why. Alright, we didn't peel a land. We had 2 draw steps, so that's pretty rough. Now we can't block here because his Thalia does just eat all of our stuff. Do you do parties? My God. Okay, that's pretty solid. Alright. Well, we're kind of hoping to peel into a land here. I mean, a single land would kind of get us going. Okay. They're putting on a lot of pressure real quick, so... Alright, we're like, what, 10? 9? Okay, so... Land? I don't know. This game feels kind of over here. We've been through 11 cards and not seen a second land, so... Yeah, we're not getting any lands here. And the problem is that if he's playing green, he might be playing Host of Herons or whatever that card froze from Standard. I agree. You do hate to see it. And he's playing Elite Spellbinder. Alright, maybe he's playing Company. He might be playing Collected Company. Takes my portable hole. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to concede here because there's nothing we're really drawing into. That wasn't a land either. Alright. Well, I think we have all the correct tools here to help us win the game. I think we just need to draw... We just need to draw a better hand. So, I just made the perfect ADHD commander deck. Volo is the commander. It's goated. Multiple cancel spells, ramp, and mega beefy boys. Sounds pretty sweet, man. Being able to have having big threats and counter spells is pretty solid. You're able to protect all of your big threats. I like this. I like this. Luminarch Aspirant, get the boys going. Okay. Luminarch Aspirant is sweet because do you know what Volo does? I'm gonna be honest. Then you got that game? Yeah, that's very true, Ben. No, I don't know what Volo does. Alright, we're gonna attack in. Send in with the clown. Because there are no clowns yet. But if we draw a land next turn, we're looking at a pretty sweet turn, honestly. Okay. Not gonna attack in, okay? Alright. Portable hole. Pump the jam. Let's get in for 5. Wish we had drawn a land there to be able to play one of our other threats. But the good news is that if we do draw a land, we can either play double Luminarch Aspirant. Really, Blockman's Dahlia's Lieutenant. That is wildly surprising to me. But then maybe there's a plan there. We either have double Luminarch Aspirant with a land, or if we don't, we can just play Rally the Ranks and try to go down that path. Oh, my man said I'll match a Luminarch Aspirant. Okay, bet. Oh, hang on, I gotta select human here. Let me stack up the counters here, and I'll see read what you said, Jacob. 1 second. Get to attack in for 8. I can't imagine he blocks here. Wow. I'm at a loss here. He must have a Wrath or something here in his deck. I don't know. So he's a 2 colorless, 1 forest, 1 island. So turn 4 without ramp. His static is anytime you play a creature that doesn't match a type in your graveyard or battlefield, create a copy. The copy is a token. I have a Desolation Twin in there. Instant 3 10/10s on the board. That's actually pretty sweet. That seems pretty cool, especially like if you get to like Growth Spiral on turn 2. Because if you Growth Spiral or like or Farseek or something like that on turn 2, you can play them on turn 3, which seems pretty awesome, honestly. All right, this feels like he's gonna play Settle the Wreckage here. Maybe I'm wrong, but this feels like Settle the Wreckage. Because there's no way he has nothing. He has 4 cards in hand. Oh, he's gonna flash in Collected Company. Okay. I haven't played anyone with it yet, but I'm hyped. Only has 16 lands, unfortunately, but can generate land from 39 total cards. 16 land seems a little low in a commander deck, doesn't it? I mean, not that I'm like this like super all-star commander player. Please don't take it that way, but I don't know a lot about commander. He's in shambles. I hope he's in shambles. It doesn't. It could turn. It could turn pretty quickly. Exceptionally low. Hey, what's up, Smug? Are you talking about his collected company? My opponent is blocking in like the worst possible ways. Like I don't really understand. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like there's either something I'm not aware of here, or my opponent has to be pretty new to Magic here, just because like there's just so many better blocks our opponent could have made. Yep, I did say there was a Wrath in his deck. Wasn't kidding when I said that. All right, run out our Luminarch Aspirant. Nah, I'm talking 16 lands in a deck with Desolation Twin. Oh, okay, gotcha. Really need to be able to protect this Luminarch Aspirant, so we're gonna slam it. Pump up the Luminarch Aspirant. Our opponent's got 3 cards in hand. We're not like we haven't won yet. There's still quite a bit of work to be done here, but it feels like we're in a pretty solid spot. Okay, their collected company could be backbreaking for us. Okay, that's pretty good. So he gets to make our rally the ranks cost 4. It's definitely low. I like to run 28 to 30 in an EDH deck, but all the cards I had put in were too synergetic. Green has triggers, plus ones like crazy, and blue is triggered around cards that have draw abilities. It's lit. It seems pretty cool, man. Like, it sounds like a lot of fun, honestly. So if he blocks, if our opponent does, like, try to double block, we're going to sack one of the Dauntless Bodyguards to protect the, aspirant here. Our opponent's down to 2 cards in hand, and we'd like to protect the boy here, because he's pumping up everything else. So, all right, opponent, come on, buddy. This isn't that hard. You click through your triggers. You got to give Commander a shot. Trust. I was a full-blown standard guy, but I love Commander now too. Okay, all right. I mean, I've played it before. Like, it's not that like I don't get into it. I just like honestly, there was just like a couple people tried to get me into it years ago, and they just I built this deck and everybody just hated me off the table, so I just kind of stopped playing it. All right. Sacrifice Dauntless Bodyguard. Okay. Yep. If worse comes to worse, next turn we have Lyris, so... Alright, crack on the clue. They are putting quite a few cards in their hands, so... Man, okay. Surprised they haven't hit like a Brutal Cathar yet or something like that. I believe that's what it's called. The 3-mana exile guy from Standard. Speak of, and it shall appear. When it comes into play, exile something. Drawing like a Fateful Absence would be pretty good here. Okay. Well, we asked for it, we got it. Alright, kill this. Our opponents also hit 3 collected companies here, so, I mean, it's pretty, like, the odds of them, like, I don't think they played a land in a while, but I'd be willing to bet that, like, one or two of the cards in their hand is a land here. Humans? Hey, what's up, hobbyist? What's going on, man? Alright. So we get to attack for 5 here because if they double block, they do get to kill our... It's like they do get to kill our Dauntless Bodyguard, but we also get to pick off both of their... It's like, but we also get to kill both of their guys. Adeline having... Alright, the fact that he's drawing, cracking a clue to start his turn feels pretty good for us. Okay. Drawing another card. Alright, so our opponent's hand isn't very good. At least I'm led to believe it's not. If it is, then I don't know what cards he's holding on to. Mono white aggro with collected company in it. I kind of like the idea of what our opponent's up to here. Alright, block the 1/1. Take 5, or take 4, go to 15. Or no, I took 5 there. Alright, land for the rally. I'm going to attack for 6 here and see what they do. I'm kind of curious to see how this plays out. Drawing Cave of the Frost Giants wasn't... Or Cave of the Frost Dragon or Giant. Is it Dragon? Cave of the Frost Dragon, okay. So they jump block, which makes sense. Alright, we buy Lyris, and we say go. How's Rally the Ranks been? This is the first game we played, but it's been pretty. This is our first match, and it's felt pretty good in the mirror so far. Portable hole? I wonder if they're gonna portable hole our portable hole. Or I wonder if they're portable hole one of our blockers. Something tells me portable hole is what they drew for the turn. We're gonna sacrifice this. Are there any other Anthem Lord effects like Thalia's Lieutenant? There's Thalia's Lieutenant, and there's Paladin class, which I don't really know if you want to consider that a Lord or not, but Paladin class can be a Lord. Alright, we're gonna block the human here. We go to 3. Alright, so let's think about our options here. What are we looking at? I'm thinking that our best option here is play Luris, put the counter on Luris, play Dauntless Bodyguard, target Luris, and then we have life-linking blockers next turn. We have 3 blockers and a way to gain 4 life as long as they don't draw into... Because... becomes a 3/4 dragon creature, so... Or we could attack for 3 here this turn. And that just kind of leaves us dead, so I don't really see that being an out for us. So we'll play Luris. We will play Dauntless Bodyguard. Target the Luris. Go to combat. Give the Luris a counter. And then we get to say go. And then as long as they didn't draw like an exile effect for Luris, we should be fine here. Now if they draw a Brutal Cathar, there's not much we can do about that. Okay, the fact that they're attacking out does scare me a little bit here, I won't lie. Alright, so cards that scare us here, like, I guess Fourth Collected Company is pretty bad for us here. So do this go to 1. Alright, I like it. If they have an Anthem effect here at instant speed, we're dead. But this thing doesn't have trample, does it? I was like, God, that'd be a terrible, terrible misclick, like, or blunder. I don't really want to say misclick, but more like a blunder. Okay. So I can do that and play double Dauntless Bodyguard. All right. So we play Bodyguard. Target the Luris. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can play Knight of the White Orchid here. Get a land, play rally the ranks from the land. You running Luris in this? Yeah, definitely running Luris. This was a 5-0 list that I found. Oh no, this was a mistake. Shit, Zach. I mean, I say it's a mistake. It's really not a mistake. Like, it's fine. I wasn't accounting for the Thalia and it costing 1 more. I really like Luris with the Lieutenant. Yeah, Luris and the Lieutenant is really good. We're just going to say go here. We have first striking blockers, which is pretty solid here. We've set our, I think Luris has really set our board up in a way to be successful. The only thing we can't beat is a removal, like the only thing that we can't beat is a brutal Cathar off the top, and they've only seen 1, so it's not crazy that they have 1. Are they gonna send in with everybody again? I was like, because I'm not. Wow. Okay, that's pretty aggressive. This just kind of feels like free blocks here to me. Like, we get to gain 5 here and go to 6, and then take 1, go to 5. So we end up at 5 here. And they don't have anything to do? Yeah, okay. I was like, I haven't counted yet. Ever considered a warrior spin on humans for more options? I have not, but that sounds pretty cool. I'd be down for something like that. What were we going to draw? We were going to draw Sunset Revelry, which actually would have been really sweet. We wouldn't have got to draw a card, but we would have... Yeah, they've disconnected. That's fine. Yeah, so, all right. Well, it's a pretty interesting start to the league. I was not expecting to play the mirror, but obviously I'm not surprised. I'm not like super surprised because Dahlia getting printed does make mono white humans a more popular choice. Here's the complete list for anybody who's joined us recently, but I'm not gonna lie, I like a warrior spin on humans. Like that seems pretty cool. Like, are you talking about playing mono white warriors, or are you talking about playing like mono white warrior humans? Because honestly, both sound pretty cool. Not sure if you watch Connor Man, but he plays Black White Humans in Pioneer from time to time. I do watch him. I actually really like him as a streamer. He plays a lot of decks that I think are interesting. So for sure. His hand seems pretty solid. Reminds me a lot of old standard days, but Sacred Foundry, okay. Gonna lead on Thraben Inspector. Maybe we need the chop down side of it. Giant Killer. Nyx Fleece Ram. we'll get down the Luminar Gas Burn here. And then next turn we can play everything. There are definitely some cards I've seen him play, like Mario Woe Reaper, which has built-in Yard Exile effects. Could be good tech for your Blue-Red Phoenix matchup. That's not a bad idea. I kind of like that. Alright, let's pump up the jam. I don't know what our opponent's playing, but I kind of like it. I'm curious to know if they're going to draw a card right here. I should probably not yield through this turn. Just in case I need to protect my Luminar Gas Burn this turn. Then maybe they have a sweeper or something here that I need to look out for. Well, this feels like we're setting up for a pretty sweet game state here. As long as there's no sweeper inbound, we'll be fine. But the problem is you never know. They could have like a fumigate here or something, and if they do, then well, they're continuing to draw cards, so I don't know. Also, there is one that gives you double strike, I think. There is. I did not know that. 9 lives. Okay. Okay, so I got 6 counters. So we have to get through this next turn and the following turn. Okay. Which means he must have like Solemnity here or something like that, because if he doesn't, I don't know why he would have slammed 9 lives last turn. Turn off auto. Yep, so I don't know how we beat this. Don't really know what we're looking for here to help us beat this. So that's it, huh? Well, that's unfortunate. It's a pretty gives double strike. Let me do a quick Scryfall check. Okay, sounds good, man. You have a card bot on here? I actually don't have a card bot on here. It's been something I've been talking about doing, but I haven't done. I feel like this is really all we can do here. Portable hole. Probably want Selfless Spirit to help against random kill, like random board sweepers. We'll keep this. I like the fact that it has Thalia in it. Wish we had a 1-drop here, but, you know. Can't have it all sometimes. Plus, getting stuck on lands might benefit us if we have the Knight of the White Orchid to play with. Okay. Just need to start getting threats on the board here. Next turn, we'll be able to play Knight of the White Orchid. Hopefully, we pull a land to play something else with it. We're going to slam another Thalia here. One of those times I'm glad I'm playing 4 of this card instead of the 3 that the list recommended. Arash and Foremost is a 2/2 double strike and gives double strike to another attacking warrior when attacking. That seems pretty cool. Yep, use this ability. Try to pump up as much as we can as fast as we can here. He can't have Settle the Wreckage because of our Thalia, so... Can't make a blocker, that's fine. Probably a Wrath effect here. Kind of hoping not, but... There aren't many 4-mana Wrath effects in Pioneer, so... He can't play a 5-mana one because of Thalia, so... Deafening Clarion would be a blowout here. That's also really good. We just keep killing Thalias, which is pretty sweet here, won't lie. Glorybound Initiate is the 3/1. I do remember Glorybound Initiate. That card was in Standard. I played Red White Humans with that card in Standard for a while. Our opponent goes to 9. We're going to play Selfless Spirit, and then we're going to wait to crack the clue. Because even if we draw a land, it's not going to matter. Isn't there that red-white guy that like anthems warriors or does something like that? I think there's a red-white guy from that same standard set that does that, if I'm not mistaken. Human. Take 4, go to 9. Or go to 5, I mean. Those are all the mono white cards, but if you go into black, there's a bunch more you can use, like the guy that gets Warrior's Menace, or the other lords. Well, Anger of the Gods is tough. Not much I can do about anger. Now, unfortunately, my opponent here can make quite a clock. I think I'm just dead here, actually. Because he just gets to make 2 more tokens. Selfish Spirit's actually pretty sweet here. Sack this. Go to 4. Hmm. Oh, yeah, because he did that. And then I sack this and then I die. Alright, well. Oh, no, you're good, Jacob. I mean, we're 1-1. We lost to a matchup that I don't think I've ever played against in Pioneer. And it looked pretty sweet, but I don't think it's a deck I'll run into very often. So it's not one of those things that I'm like trying to like build my deck around or anything. So, but we gave it quite a run game too. So good with the bad. Good with the bad. Oh, I gotta eat. I forgot there was pizza. Monday Night Football. White is still super lacking in card advantage. Yeah, honestly, it is. That's one of the things that I don't like about it. Um, like you just kind of get the cards you get. Like red has gotten a lot of card advantage over the last like 3 to 4 years. Honestly, a lot of the stage experimental frenzy. Like there's just been a lot of, excuse me, there's been a lot of really good options. With been a lot of really good options in red for card advantage over the last few years, and there's just not been in white. So yeah, I think you're very right there. I'm gonna grab my pizza here while we're waiting on this next game to start. I know it. I love you too. I'm 1-1. Won the first one, lost the second one. You know how it goes. Do what? I did. Thank you. Come back just in time to find a match. Well, hopefully find a match. Is the 1 mana Gideon a human Kytheon? Yeah, he is a human. I think Kytheon would be a really good addition to this deck. Um, this is the 5-0 list that I found from today, so I just kind of threw it together. Well, Thought we had an opponent. I'm gonna mute myself here while I eat. All right. Hey, I get to be on the play for once. I say for once, like I haven't just played 2 matches. Well, we can't keep the only Mutavault hand, so. Well, I'm going to keep this because I don't think I can go to 5 and actually win a game of Magic with this deck. So. We're going to hope that Thalia is good enough to carry us across the finish line with some good draw steps, so. It is Spirits, so not likely. Gonna need more than a Thalia to help carry us across that finish line. So we're gonna play Thalia's Lieutenant first here. Making a split with Deck and Stone / Fateful Absence. Exiling a Nut Phoenix draw or 2 for wanting the mirror seems sick. It actually does seem pretty sick. That was actually one of my first questions. Is like in my head, I was like, why are we not playing? Why are we not playing Deck and Stone somewhere in the 75? So I think that's absolutely right to be running some number of that. This is definitely one of those lists that like I'll play now and tweak later based off of what we think from tonight's games. Well, I was going to say that was pretty good, but Fateful Absence will be good. Just not this turn because of Thalia. Oh yeah, got to pay 2 because of Thalia. Was just talking about that. Okay. I mean, that's fine. Like, that's not really like backbreaking or anything. Well, it's kind of disappointing. Well, we're going to shove him with the clowns and bluff. Because if not, our opponent's taking 6 and going to 4. Well, that's a blowout. Rattle Chains was like the thing I needed them not to have here. Drawing 6 lands here instead of another Anthem effect is like pretty backbreaking this turn. Yep. Only thing we have left is a Thalia, so I mean we're in pretty bad shape here. I don't think there's really anything we're gonna draw to get out of this one. We just did. Yep. Okay, we're just dead. Alright. Would neither the White Orchid be any good in this deck to filter out lands and improve draws? Yeah, that's why we're playing 4 of it. Yeah, it was already in the list, but yeah, I agree. It is a good add in this deck. It is good to have. I don't think Paladin class is where we want to be, and we're on the play, so we're going to take out 1 Knight. This hand's really good. We'll keep this. Oh, I see it now. Sorry, screen is too small. Oh, yeah, sure. Switch those Paladin classes for Kytheons. Yeah, I actually kind of like that change. Gives us a more aggressive feel, too. Yeah, I like that idea. I think I'm going to lead on Thraben Inspector here. Hold on to the chop down for a couple of turns in case we actually need... Excuse me. In case we actually need the chop down for anything, so... Get Thaya's Lieutenant down as soon as we can. Try to win the race. Their lands will help us out a little bit. Not a ton, but their lands doing some damage to them here and there will help us out. Okay. Yep. Portable hole. We're going to hit the Selfless Spirit here. They'll sack the Selfless Spirit. No, they won't. That's interesting. Play this, and now we'll punch in for 4 here. Pretty decent spot here going into our opponent's 3rd turn. If we peel an untapped land, we can play Knight of the White Orchid and then play the land from our draw step and from the trigger off the Knight to play Rally of the Ranks, or Rally the Ranks, and get going that way. So they're either going to play a 1-mana Lord here, or they have a Rattle Chains they're going to flash in. There is not really another option. Okay. Pretty aggressive attack for one, in my opinion, but... Yep, we're going to search. We are going to play the Giant Killer now. We can pump up the Thalia's Lieutenant here. And I would attack with the Threadwood Inspector, but if they flash in a Rattle Chains here, then we just lose our Threadwood Inspector to the Watcher of the Spheres. So it seems like a pretty mediocre attack. As long as they play a land this turn, even if we don't draw one, we can play that of the White Orchid and then play Rally the Ranks. Alright, so they're signaling. They're just going for broke here. Holy crap, am I just dead? Nope. 6, 11, 15. So not quite. It's pretty freaking close, though. It's a pretty hefty attack. There's no reason to attack with the Rattle Chains, although if they attack with the Rattle Chains, it does benefit us. So I wouldn't complain if they did. I don't think there's a way out of this here. And they can block and actually get out of this. So, but we have to force them to make good blocks. If they make bad blocks, then we will get away with a win here. Okay. This isn't the most optimal block they could take, but they're going to end up at 1 here. And unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it because now we're just going to die to their air assault. We drew 1 removal spell, and we didn't really see like many lords. Like, what do we played one anthem effect. And in matchups like that, like it's all about like how good are your anthem effects. So how good can your creatures attack, and how many anthems do you have? And unfortunately, we just didn't really have any anthems there, so a little bit of an unfortunate game there, because I feel like that's probably a pretty good match for us, if I'm being honest. Like we get under them pretty well, so. Like, this is, again, another one of those hands that I think is pretty good. We're on the draw, and we have 3 1-drops so that we can play, so I'm going to hang on to this. Feels like a pretty solid keep. Probably going to lead on the portable hole. Lead on the portable hole so that Thalia we'll be able to do as much work as possible. So that's my logic there. All right. Well, there's 20 lands in our deck. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think that's probably like with a hand like what we had. Like, it'd be different if we had a bunch of 2-drops in our hand, obviously. But with 3 1-drops like that, with 3 1-mana plays and good cards, I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that chance almost every time. It's just one of those hands I'm willing to take a chance on. So they put Luris into their hand, which tells me that their hand, like, they don't really. They're trying to save their spells as removal. They don't really have any way to put pressure on the board. And that is one of the ways that we benefit from this matchup, is if that's the case. So. They play Luris. Okay. So we're going to play Knight of the White Orchid. I'm willing to trade my Thraben Inspector for a Luris here if that's the play my opponent wishes to make. Plus, I really just want to put on as much pressure as possible. So, opponent has a lot of lands here, so it feels like they're on the unfortunate side of a flood here. Wild Slash our Thalia. Okay. Okay, we have a backup Thalia, so that's good. Lightning Strike Knight of the White Orchid. Okay. They're coming out swinging. They both go to 16. Okay. All right. Well, I was kind of hoping to keep the guys who've been around there, but we have ended up with a pretty good board here. So while our opponent's making a play here, I've noticed that the viewers have been jumping somewhere between 5 and 8 most of the night. If you're new to the channel and you're stopping by tonight, I appreciate you stopping by. If not, this is Mono White Humans, because I have become obsessed with Pioneer over the last few months, and that's pretty much all I play at this point. Which will probably end up being disappointed, because unless something changes, everything I keep hearing is that Pioneer is a dead format. So, but I hope I'm wrong. I really enjoy Pioneer, and I would really like to see them. Like get it going. So, but anyway, thanks for stopping by and hanging out tonight. I really appreciate it. You guys help keep me company while I'm streaming, and it means a lot. Pioneer is fine. I agree. I think Pioneer is fine too, but Wizards isn't really giving it much support. So, all right, I'm gonna activate this ability. Okay. All right, send him with the clowns. I'm pretty okay trading virtually anything here for this Lurrus. Put our opponent to 7. And then we'll say go. Drawing a land here. Drawing an untapped land. In a lot better position than standard and historic. Wizards isn't supporting anything, to be honest. It all depends on the local scene. People will play Pioneer because the other formats are too pricey, or they just want to play with cards they usually can't play with. I mean, that's fair. I guess when I say I feel like Wizards isn't supporting Pioneer, I guess I should clarify that I mean I feel like they're not supporting Pioneer in the fact that they are like that red white mid range deck I shared with you the other week. That deck was awesome. Side note, but I say that because like they're coming out with this they made like historic horizons and like they're making modern horizons and they're doing all this other stuff. Excuse me, but I don't feel like they're ever making anything for Pioneer. So I don't ever really feel like we ever get to the point where like Pioneer's this highly supported format kind of thing. Competitive MTG in general is dead for now. It makes my heart sad to have to agree with that statement, but I feel like it's very accurate. All right, so Boros Charm puts us to 9, land 3, 6, 7. So we're not in a spot where we could die. Well, Boros Charm puts us to 9. Another Boros Charm off the top puts us to 5. He attacks for 5. So, I mean, our opponent's going to respond now. Okay, I think they realize that they have the Soulscar Mage and that it doesn't matter. Or maybe they're going to respond now anyway? Okay. Kill Thalia. Alright. Let's attack for 3. I'm curious to see if my opponent blocks here. They don't. Okay. I would be pretty surprised if they blocked there, but at the same time, I guess I wouldn't. I don't know. It's kind of a double-edged sword for them, so. Arena is going to fail big time as people stop playing Standard and Limited. I've noticed I have no desire to play those formats without any organized play to back it up. Unless they bring back GPs and Magic Fest, nobody will want to play Standard and Limited anymore because that's the reason to learn and invest in them otherwise. All right, so hang on. Let's hang on for a second. There are some people just love to play Limited. Like, all right, here, I'm gonna GG this guy really quick. Some people just love to play limited, so I don't really feel like the statement that people will stop playing limited because there's no support for it is accurate. I don't feel like that's true. Like, people just love to play limited. Like, there's always going to be that like niche part of the community or like that niche, however the hell you say that word, that always wants to play standard. There's always going to be those people that want to play legacy, and there's always going to be those people that want to play limited. Like, it's just kind of how it is. But Pioneer's not been around long enough for people to develop that want for Pioneer. Pioneer's only been around for like a couple of years, like what, a year or two? Came out in like 2019. So people invest in limited because they love to play limited. It has nothing to do with investing in it or anything else. Now, people like myself only play standard because it's a competitive thing. So that I do not hide from that. That is the only reason I play standard. Excuse me, is because it's competitive. If it wasn't a competitive scene, I wouldn't play standard that often. Like, I go out every now and again on Friday nights to support my local shop, but other than that, I don't care about standard. It's a waste of time in my opinion. Limited is fine, but not all limited formats will be equal. That is true. That is true. I agree with that statement. There is I think some limited formats are definitely better than others. All right, we got a minute 20 left here. We want the portable holes. We want the sunset revelries. Don't really care about any of this stuff. I think we can definitely cut the paladin class. And I think we can definitely cut... is it so greedy to cut Rally the Ranks? I feel like we're already playing a lot of non-creature spells with Thalia in the main. That's the one problem with playing these mono-white aggro decks in these formats where you don't get a lot of support for it, is that Thalia kind of puts a damper on your own plans here. I like this hand. It feels pretty solid. We're going to keep this. Like some people just wanted to do Cons draft or Theros draft back during those standard sessions. I think stuff like cubing will get more popular with people who like limited but don't want to keep buying packs. That's fair. I think that's really fair. Like that seems pretty accurate, honestly. All right, we're just gonna play the portable hole here. I think a lot of these Boros Burn decks in Pioneer play Rip Apart, so there is a good chance that they have an answer to this. But I'm just going to hold up the Fateful Absence here, honestly. I have no interest in applying anything to the board when we don't have to. We can just hold up the Fateful Absence because our opponent's not putting any pressure on us. And then next turn, if they play a land this turn, we can play Knight of the White Orchid and then play Luminar Gasprint to follow it up with. It appears our opponent is not going to help us out in that regard, so... Feels like we're probably just going to be running out. Run out the First Striker, run out the Giant Killer. I don't think there's anything in the Boros Burn deck that I really care about. Using Chop Down for. Especially with the ADH crowd and Chaos drafts are always fun. Chaos drafts are awesome. I love Chaos drafting. That's one of those things that I honestly don't do enough. Like I wish places had that in the area. I would do that, and I'm sure they do. I've just never taken the time to figure it out. Protect the Luminar Gasprint. Alright, serve it up with the Clown. We have now established a board of clowns. Next turn, hopefully we can attack with the clowns. I think Luris, obviously our opponent's missing land drops here, so their hand is like just stacked gas, but hopefully Luris can have some value here for us. Would like to see Luris do pretty well here. I'm going to go out and do Zendikar Rising Drafts over and over. I built a Tempest block cube back before all the price spikes, but never get a chance to play it anymore. Yeah, like, cubing is one of those things that's really fun. Like, I know one of my buddies in the area, he built a cube recently, and I haven't got a chance to play it with him yet. I'm hoping that's something I'll get to do here before the end of the year. Get 8 of us in a room and play it. Would be a lot of fun. Feels like our opponent probably has another instant speed thing to play here. Oh. They don't. I guess they were just going to force my hand there. We're going to put one counter on the Thraben Inspector, one counter on the other Luminarch Aspirant. I'd like to spread out these pumped up abilities as much as I can. Having a wide board against mono red that also does a lot of damage is probably the best way to go, because that allows you to profit the most evenly That's my thoughts based off of playing the mono red side for so many years. Working on an Innistrad cube now. An Innistrad cube would be cool also. I'd be down to do something like that. Man, we're flooding out here. 1, 2, 3. I'm not gonna run out my Luris because I know that they have just nothing but gas in their hand. So we're gonna get in for half their life total here. Force them to beat it. Now the good news is that next turn we have Luris into another Luminarch Aspirant from the graveyard. So that seems pretty sweet. Our opponent doesn't have something pretty good here. They might honestly just be dead. We're like one Rally the Ranks or Dahlia's Lieutenant away from ending the game. They can have as many removal spells as they want, but if they don't have the lands to play more than one a turn, then they're just going to die to our overwhelming board. I feel like the sideboard for this deck can be tweaked a lot. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it can be. All right. Oh. So I don't have enough mana to do it all here. I'm just going to add this giant killer to the board because, like, what the heck? I don't really think. Like, I'm pretty sure the only way I lose this game is if like a meteor hits my apartment right now. So I imagine our opponent's very frustrated at what's happening. My guess on that comes from the fact that I have been uberly frustrated so many times sitting on their side of the table when I'm holding like Chain to the Rocks with no mountains, or when I have Searing Bloods that I can't, like I'm casting one thing a turn. So even if I take this and they have land triple Wizard's Lightning, I'm not dead. So I mean, I guess that's fair. The only reason for him to attack there is if he's trying to do that. GG's. Sorry about the lands. All right. Well, it makes us 2-2 for the league, so it's not been bad. We beat the Mirror round 1, and then we beat Burn this round, and our 2 losses in the middle were stuff I can't remember, if I'm being honest with you right now, but I don't know. I feel like it's been a pretty decent league. I'd like to get a 3-2 here and get some of my points back. Try to have a bite of pizza here while I'm waiting. This is going to be the best part of the YouTube video. Just sitting here watching me eat pizza while we're waiting for our 5th and final game. Alright, this is taking a really long time. Just want to play my last game. Well, I guess need to see if I can change a YouTube video. What? What video? Oh, it's goblins. I was much curious to know what this person was commenting on. Is there a way to change the name of a YouTube video once it's been posted? Oh, you can change the title. How about that? Oh, I could go back and change that later too. I did not know that. Alright, last match coming up. Hey, we're on the play too. First time we've seen Cave of the Frost Giants come into play on tap tonight. We're hype. Get amped. We're doing it. We're going the distance. Azorius Control Pioneer. Save. Hey, I did change the name of it. How about that? I didn't realize you could do that. That's pretty exciting. Alright, let's do this. Our opponent doesn't have a companion. They kept 7. Hopefully Thalia is good. We're on the play. Now the White Orchid doesn't seem great on the play, but it's a 2/2 first striker. I think they're going to take 2 in anticipation of being able to kill whatever I play next. Joke's on them. Okay. So Knight will probably be like serviceable here in a couple turns. We'll be able to make it work. Hopefully the Luminarch Aspirants will be able to get enough damage in until then. I really like those lands. Like those like non-fast lands, the slow lands. I really like those. They're not the Tango lands. Or the Battle lands. That was what they were called, the Battle lands, which was weird. All right, we're gonna get busy here. All right, maybe running out Giant Killer is a mistake here, but we'll see what happens. Anybody in the chat who cares to comment, is the Moto notifications, are they like super loud? Like, is it too much? Kill Luminarch Aspirant? Expressive Iteration. They're gonna kill Giant Killer? No, they're gonna kill Interesting. Alright. They are at 6, and we have 7 points of power on board, so we are we are presenting lethal. Anger of the Gods is a blowout. That's like the one thing I did not want them to have. Alright, let's put a threat on the board. Put Lyris into our hand, put a threat on the board. Drawing a land for Cave of the Frost Dragon would have been pretty sweet there. They're playing Sprite Dragon. Interesting. Let's attack for 3 and see what happens. Intertesting. Alright, well, that makes both our land and the Dauntless Bodyguard lethal. So, okay, I was like, they're either drawing a card with the clue, or they're going to play something for 2 mana here. Before you finish, anything from the new set worth slotting into that red-white mid-range deck of mine? I saw somebody comment on on the YouTube video of the red-white mid-range deck that they'd like to see a version of the deck where you cut the planeswalkers and you played Thalia. And I don't know how good that would be, but that is a suggestion I saw, so that is something to think about. But as far as like great new cards to the red white mid range deck, you could try playing the new Chandra, the 3 mana Chandra, if you didn't want to rework the whole thing. That card seems pretty good. I don't know that the cards you're already playing aren't better than it, but it is something to consider. Okay. Create a treasure token. And then if they swing out here, we get to just attack with our land. Alright, which tells me they have something. Because I doubt they just blundered that hard. Alright, this definitely presents the most upside. Just Fading Hope. Alright, so they considered after that. Huh. Alright, well, that's, okay. Something else. Yeah, that's more creature-based with Thalia. Could work, but then it would just be ick. But then it's just a worse green-white Thalia Coco deck. Main reason to play red is for the removal and white for the wipes and yard hate, in my opinion. No, I mean, I think you're right. Like, my immediate reaction when somebody commented on my YouTube video and said that maybe Faithbound Judge. I'm not sure what that card is. I'd have to look it up. I'll look it up after this game though. But the idea of playing Thalia in the red-white Planeswalkers deck, like Prison-y, Control-y Planeswalkers deck, didn't seem that great in my opinion. All right, which means if he has something for 2 mana here, like a removal spell of some kind, then say human here. I don't think there's any reason to attack. We're just trading stuff here. Okay, so he gets rid of the dragon token at the beginning of the next end step. Now, that means if he has something to do during our turn, that it does give him blockers. So we're not exactly out of the woods here yet. That's the new one that wins you the game if you disturb it. Oh, okay. I didn't know there was a card that won you the game if you disturbed it. Something I'll need to read to find out. All right, so we're not playing any cards from our graveyard here. Let's see here. We're just going for the land here. We're just going to go for broke and force him to beat this. With 1 card in his hand, he has to have a removal spell or a bounce spell here. but you can't cast any other spells, so that's not enough. It's not going to save you here. You can't cast anything else, so you're just going to die to all of the stuff here. Yep. Alright, so we get game 1 here against what appears to be Blue-Red Dragons. Feels like a Curse of Silence matchup. Feels like a Selfless Spirit matchup. No Cathar Commando, no Sunset Revelry. I mean, is it worth having a cantrip? I don't know if that's really worth having. So Giant Killer seems pretty good. Paladin class feels pretty sweet. Portable Hole does not seem that good. Thalia does seem good. Like the land proposition is pretty sweet here, but I just feel like there are other better options. All right, what are we looking up here? Thalia could be good in the Boros aggro deck with some mentor effects. I think Thalia could be sweet in like a Borosy aggro mentor-y deck. That's not a bad idea of something to try. I kind of like the thought of playing something like that. Man, this is back-to-back games. This thing comes in untapped. Woo! We're cooking with gas now. Curse of Silence seems pretty good here. We're gonna keep. What was the card we were gonna look up? Faithbound Judge. Faithbound Judge. Disturb 7. Huh. Alright. That seems interesting. That card can definitely see play in some decks. I don't really know what you slot that into. I guess it's a pretty sweet blocker. Like 3 mana 5/5. Or did it say it couldn't block either? I know it said it couldn't attack, but could it block? Alright, our opponent's land base appears to be getting the best of them right now. If they have a consider or something here, I was like, they're going to play it now. Our opponent left that card on top. Obviously, they liked it. I'm trying to think of what card blows me out the most here. Probably Dim Anger of the Gods. I don't know if it's right or not, but it's what we're going to go with. Curse of Silence is pretty sweet. I'd drop the Giddy to the Trials. It can block, and I have wipe effects to kill it if I need to. Okay. Dropping Gideon, and then, I mean, dropping Gideon, like, for that seems like okay. Like, that seems like pretty sweet. Like, I really like Gideon in the league that I played with it, but I could definitely see you doing something like that. Dropping Gideon and playing Faithbound Judge. Okay, I hate when it does that. Alright, we're going to serve it up here. But if the board stalls, it's an instant win. Okay, no, I mean, that's fair. Maybe we draw something better with the clue here. Selfless Spirit is pretty sweet. So now we get to attack for 3. Hopefully not attacking into a Shark Typhoon here. So he takes 3. That makes me think that he has a sweeper effect here. If it's Burn Down the House. Like, I don't know why he'd be playing Burn Down the House in this format. No way I'm dropping $15 on a copy, though. Kind of like Approach of the Second Sun for creature-based decks. That's it. I actually hadn't thought about it that way. Makes a lot of sense, though. That's a solid way to look at it. Alright, let's go. Fateful Absence off the top right here. No! Hopefully I still draw Fateful Absence. Nope, okay. So we're not going to attack here. Yeah, there's just no reason to attack here. We're going to play Paladin class. Run out another Thraben Inspector. And then we're going to say go. Having the Dragon land here is pretty sweet. Wait, Faithbound Judge is $15 a card? Is it really? I don't really look at the price of standard cards anymore, or cards when they come out. I don't really see the price of them very often, so I'm not super surprised. Yes, draw a card, please. Well, Curse of Silence was a good name, but unfortunately, it's just not gonna do much for me here. I might just lose to this dragon, honestly. Alright, we gotta draw something here. Alright. It's not looking good. And we're at 11, and honestly, a good-sized spell here just wins the game. Man, I didn't think about that. That dragon paired with the take extra turn cards like Alrund's Epiphany is the nuts. I think a 4-mana... No, 4-mana spell doesn't kill us here. Does not kill us here, but let me tell you, it definitely don't help anything. Yep, we go to 1. Yep, we get to get in for 8 and die. Okay, alright. If we had the Paladin class down sooner, maybe there could have been some nonsense we could have done where we could have double striked our way to victory or something here. I think I like it the way that it is. We're leaving in a little bit of removal and Fateful Absence to help us pick off some of their bigger threats. Plus, Giant Killer is also going to be really good in that spot. So I mean, it's we have an adequate amount of removal here. We just we need to we had a good draw. Probably one of those times when I overcommitted a little too early, or overcommitted a little too soon, I guess. Of course, the only other real option I saw was to hold the other Thraben Inspector, and even then, I don't think that results in a winning line for us. So, this hand seems awesome. I am immediately in love with this hand. Our opponent's on a mulligan, so yeah, roll him up. Let's do it. Our opponent ends up on 6. Play the Bodyguard. Say go. Next turn we'll play Thalia. Play Thalia. The next turn we'll play Selfless Spirit, which puts us in pretty good seating here. So I'm gonna 2 in case they try to. I'm gonna 2 instead of 6 here in case they do try to kill our bodyguard. I can sack it in response. Feels like a spike field hazard. All right, come on, buddy. Spikefield Hazard Arthalia. Yep, we've seen that song and dance before. We're just gonna keep chipping away here. Wish we would have pilled a 1-drop. Just slam right there, but you know, peeling into another Luminarch Aspirant is okay. Like there's nothing wrong with that. It's a good card to have. Haven of the Spirit Dragon. Okay. This is almost counterintuitive here, but I'm actually going to put the counter on the Selfless Spirit because it can attack through. And I'm not going to attack with a Dauntless Bodyguard. Next turn we can do that, but it feels silly right now. So did I tell you I went 4-1 with my Mono Red Devotion deck for $35 in store credit the other week? Yeah, you said you played it at your local, your LGS and went 4-1 with it, man, which is pretty interesting. I've never actually played Mono Red Devotion in Pioneer, but it does seem like a lot of fun. What are you dealing 2 damage to? Sacrifice this, protect the boys. I was gonna ask you a question about that. What's if you want to send me your list, that'd be pretty cool to look at. Alright, attack him with the clowns. Our opponent takes 3. We play Selfless Spirit number 2. Hopefully make our opponent cry a little bit inside. The only thing that I could think of that could be a blowout with us having Selfless Spirit on the field would be Hour of Devastation. Alright, we're approaching that point in the game where now this at least saves one of our threats from beat 5 color Niv, Mono Red Aggro, Mono Red Cavalcade, and Mono Green Devotion. Lost to Yorion Enigmatic Fires. The Yorion Fires deck, like that deck is a house. Like the same way that the deck with like Yorion Fires was a house in Standard. Like it's one of those things that I don't see a lot of people playing, but I'm gonna be honest, the people that do play it, I am a little afraid of, if I'm gonna be honest with you, just because of everything. Like that maybe it's PTSD from playing the deck. Interesting. So they're gonna play a spell and then pick off my Thraben Inspector. Land, please. All right, you're kind of killing me here, game. I wanna tax them, but I also can't just start like I can't play Thalia here because I'm just exposing it to anything so that the dragon can kill it. The red Leyline is a hell of a card against Burn, especially if you have double turn 0. So you're talking about Leyline and Combustion, I assume. Leyline and Combustion is really sweet. That is a very good card. I really like that card. Like it has a lot of good. It has more room. It's better than most people think it is, I feel like. All right, we're at 10. Oh my god, I did that backwards because I'm a putz. Alright, hopefully they brick one time here. Because I'm pretty sure I had a chance here and just kind of threw it away. That was an insanely good draw step. That was an insanely good draw step. I cannot say it enough. Gonna animate Mutavault and get him for the win, boy. Thank you, Moto, for giving us an insane top deck, and thank you, Moto, again for giving them back-to-back lands. All right. All right. We ended up with a 3-2. Not bad, honestly. All things considered. So we beat mono white humans mirror. Actually, it was green. It was company humans mirror. And then we beat Boros Burn, and then we beat the blue-red turns dragon deck right there, which I've actually been trying to play a little bit on the side when I have time. I can't remember what our losses were to offhand. We just kept getting into spots where we just kept running into like sweepers and some other stuff. The problem that this deck normally runs into. The deck was really cool. I really like it. I think Thalia is a really good add, not only for standard, but a really good addition to Pioneer. I think it helps. I think Thalia helps with some of the I just think it helps with some of the problems that the format kind of possessed as it was anyway. So it kind of helps curve things smooth things out. I went double Leyline into a turn 2 Eidolon the Great Revel, and they were taking 6 for each burn spell. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Having to take 6 to kill an Eidolon is absurd. GG, thanks man, I appreciate it. So it was a pretty cool league. That was it for the stream tonight. If you come by and hung out, I really appreciate it. I'm going to find somebody to raid here in just a second. Somebody's playing Magic, so hopefully we'll find something cool for you guys to watch. But if you come by and hung out, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys later this week. Take it easy.